In this video, I'm going to show you how to multiply fractions and whole numbers. Because sometimes you're going to come across a problem. It's going to be like 6 times, and then you're going to multiply it to a fraction. 6 times 2/3. Now, what you need is a fraction to be multiplied by a fraction. This is not a fraction right now, but we can make it into a fraction real easy. All you have to do to make it into a fraction, put a 1 under it, because this 6 is the same as 6 ones, okay? You need one part to be a whole, and if I have 6 of those parts, then I have 6 wholes. So 6 1 is the same as 6. So I'm going to erase it, put 6 1 over there. Then I'm lined up here, and I have a fraction times a fraction. And I can just multiply across. I could cross cancel this way, but if you don't want to cross cancel, let's just do it across. 6 times 2 is 12, 1 times 3 is 3, and it's 12/3. Then, when I get that, it's an improper fraction, so I want to make that into a mixed number. And this is just a division problem. 12 divided by 3. 12 divided by 3. And when I do that, 3 goes into 12, actually goes in there even. So 3 times 4 is 12, subtract 0, I'm done. My answer is 4 whole numbers. Now, this would be my remainder, but there is no remainder, so there's going to be nothing here. 3 would go here, but because there's no remainder, I don't have a fraction. I have an even number. 4. Now, I could have cross-simplified it. These two, 3 goes into each of those. 6 divided by 3 is 2, and 3 divided by 3 is 1. So now I have 2 times 2 is 4, 1 times 1 is 1. And if I have 4 over 1, I can just get rid of that 1 because I know I have a whole number of 4. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do one that doesn't become a whole number. 2/3 times 7. Okay, so I have a fraction here and a whole number here. I like to either multiply whole number times whole number or fraction times fraction. So somehow I have to make this into a fraction because this will never be a whole number. So the way I do it is I take the 7, I put a 1 under it. 7 ones. So I'm going to make it so it's like that. 2/3 times 7 ones. Fraction, fraction, I could do it. So 7 times 2 is 14. 3 times 1 is 3. Now I have an improper fraction, and I want to make that into a mixed number. So what I'm going to do is this right here is my division. So it's 14 divided by 3. 14 divided by 3. Okay. So I look at this, it goes in 4 times. 4 times 3 is 12. Subtract that out. I have 2. Now I can't get any more 3's into that, so I'm done. This is my remainder, but instead of saying 4 remainder 2, I'm going to put it into a fraction. So it's 4 remainder 2, and you always use the same denominator. So 14/3 is the same as 4 and 2/3. And you want to check it? Of course you do. You always want to check it. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 is 14. Keep the same denominator, 14/3. 14/3 to 4 2/3 to 14/3. It's the same, but this is a more acceptable way of writing it. You know you have 4 wholes and a little fraction left, 2/3 of a whole left. All right. Let's do just one more. Let's do 5 times 5/8. No, let's not do that one. How about 3/4 times 9? All right, let's see, I have a whole number, so I'm going to make that into a fraction. 9 and 1. Fraction, I'm going to multiply them across. 3 times 9 is 27. 4 times 1 is 4. Okay, I have, my answer is 27/4, but it's improper, so I want to make it into a mixed number. So it's 27 divided by 4. 27 divided by 4. See, 4 goes in there 6 times. 6 times 4 is 24. I subtract it out. I have 3. Can't get a 4 in there, so I have a remainder of 3. 6. The remainder goes right there, and then I keep the same denominator. 6 3/4. Okay. Sometimes we get a common mistake, or sometimes we get confused, is once we have this whole number, how do we get this fraction? Where do we put this? Where do we put this? You know, we confuse those. But you got to remember that it's whole number is here. This is your remainder, and this is the denominator that you started with. All right? So that's how you multiply fractions, and then when you get an improper fraction, you put it into a mixed.